2, 3, let's go!
On the evening of Monday, February 28th, shots rang out on the streets of New York City, outside the radio station Hot 97, where 50 Cent was live on the air. It was a startling turn of events, occurring less than 24 hours after MTV News had premiered All Eyes on 50 Cent, the sequel.
All Eyes on 50 Cent, the sequel.
When 50 Cent sat down with me for this interview, taped January 31st, he wanted to do it here in New York at Sparks Steakhouse, site of the legendary hit on Gambino crime boss Paul Castellano. The backdrop was fitting. 50 had graduated to boss status in the world of hip-hop and on the verge of releasing an album entitled The Massacre. 50 came to the table, ready to do battle.
They'll see more damage done than they've ever seen before.
The battle, though, turned out to be all too real, not between 50 and any of the massacre's intended targets, but rather a violent conflict with a member of his own camp, the Game. Gunfire would erupt. A 24-year-old man from Compton, an alleged member of the Game's entourage, would be shot, and members of 50's entourage would be implicated in the shooting. How did G-Unit's newest star find himself at such violent odds with the boss? The breakdown in 50 and Game's relationship seemed sudden, but in truth, the two were never very close. From day one, it was strictly business when Game, originally signed to Dr. Dre's Aftermath label, was thrust into the G-Unit family at the behest of parent company Interscope Records.
They came up with the idea that I should roll with G on it because they already got a crazy buzz and they selling albums. I think just because, you know, they wanted to give me some more exposure, and since 50 was doing this thing, he all over TV, all over radio, you know, why not?
But Game's project sat in limbo for months until 50 was brought in to energize the sessions, and it worked, sort of. According to 50, while Game's project soared, his own was ignored.
Did you feel at one point that, man, wait, hold up, I came in to re-energize this guy, but Dre, you ignoring my project?
There was points that I felt like the tail was wagging the dog.
But just a month after this interview, with Game now a huge success on the strength of 50-driven hits like Hate It or Love It and How We Do, 50 hit New York radio and aired it out.
He came back recently from overseas and was disrespectful, man. Like the way he's like, it's like he's feeling himself, like because of how well his record is selling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I, you know, openly I wouldn't expose what I did for the project, but I wrote those records. I created the concept of those records and he rapped around it. It's incredible that he would come back and forget how much I've done for him. He's riding my wave, baby.
This perceived disrespect came to a head over a 50 track off The Massacre that didn't seem to involve Game at all. On Piggy Bank, 50 targets some of rap's most respected names, including Nas, Jadakiss, and Fat Joe.
That fat thought lean back was in the club, my sold 11 mil, his was a dog.
So what is it that you confronted on this record, Piggy Bank, concerning Jada, Fat Joe, in general?
I'm responding to the things they're doing. I mean, it's been visible.
I'm from New York, and this is how we do.
That song, New York, features Jadakiss and Fat Joe rapping alongside Ja Rule, whose own beef with 50 stems from an old street rivalry in Queens. In 50's eyes, that means they've chosen sides.
They come from environments where they know, and they ain't in the dark. They know what it is.